yellow shirt when the ball takes a deflection or a block. Sancho, Haaland's volley is beautiful beyond compare.
World class.
What a super strike from Erling Haaland. This boy has got whatever it is, but he's got it in bucket loads. He has scored for Dortmund so many times. He's played in 43 games and scored 4.
That's really hurt themselves.
Hummels here for Erling Haaland. Haaland tries to finish. It could be special. It's magical. This man, is there anything he cannot do in front of goal with a football? That, from Erling Haaland, is up there with his very finest goals. At 21, dare we say, Erling Haaland, a finishing genius.
Can't believe what I've just seen.
Royce for Julian Brandt. Brandt in for Haaland! Like he's never been away! The man in front of goal who is simply deadly. Erling Haaland in his 50th game in the Bundesliga. That, his 50th goal.
Absolutely amazing, isn't it? Haaland in the right position, the right time, as you expect from him to be.
Touch for Haaland. Good physical strength from Haaland, and he's just walking through the Leipzig players like they weren't there. That was excellent from Erling Haaland. Chan, Guerrero, little flick. Sancho, back post, 2-0. And of all the people that it could have been, it's Erling Haaland. What a slick move again from Dortmund. The grin on Patrick Aubameyang's face is massive, and it could split him in half if he's not careful.
It could. But if this stands, because I don't know about, pushing and jumping on the back there, but if this stands, it was fantastic. Look at this. Oh, I don't have any words how Erling Haaland did that. Nifty footwork.
Forgetting like they did in the first half. There was big appeal for handball there. Haaland. Erling Haaland puts Dortmund back on level terms with the sweetest of goals.
Just great stuff. Well played how they did it. Meunier and Brandt over the right side.
Sancho, and immediately Haaland just powers forward. Oh, lovely stuff! Erling Haaland to make it 2! Erling Haaland with a burst of speed that kills Schalke dead in the water. What a hit! What a delicate chip over the top, created by Jadon Sancho.
Yeah, and you could see it will come because Haaland dropped into the midfield. I was waiting to play with someone 1-2, and Sancho was the one. And then the pace of Haaland. Oh, it's frightening.
Well, I'm expecting one of those.
The corner, headed clear by Delaney. The job completed by Hummels, and Jadon Sancho will set off, and he's got pace. And he's got Paslak in support, and Erling Haaland! Game, set, match, Borussia Dortmund! It's Erling Haaland at the double, and it was created by the pace and wizardry of Jadon Sancho.
Great final pass from Sancho. Did you see the pace? So the Mönchengladbach players, I couldn't go back. And that's modern football when you're 1 or 2-0 up. Wait for the moment. Set pieces are a good chance to counter. Delaney, Hermann is losing the ball, and Hummels straight to Sancho, and then of course
Serie A got the drop on the Bundesliga, but it's a bit of a one-off. Now Haaland wins the ball, him against the keeper. There's only going to be one winner, and that is Erling Haaland. The Scandinavian sensation finds the net on his first Bundesliga game of the season. He'd already practiced it in the cup, 3 in the cup, a hat-trick then and a goal today. You cannot keep this man down. If you give him the ball and a clear run at goal, you are going to be very happy indeed.
There might be an opportunity here for Reina to lead the charge. He's got Haaland ahead of him. It's Erling Haaland! Never in doubt. He is a born goal scorer. Beautifully finished by Erling Haaland. And that surely now is a Borussia Dortmund win. It's 3-0.
But just look at this young man, and he's still talking about improving himself, getting better. How will you get
points of impact? Erling Haaland, the flag has stayed down. It's Erling Haaland, he's past Horn. Guerrero's in the middle and he doesn't need him. Erling Haaland's fairy tale introduction to the Bundesliga continues apace. How can you stop him? Again,
another fast break goal, yeah. And that was clever work by Moderhut there. That's a clever little pass.
Be a victory if it turns out that way for Hoffenheim. Although Haaland could be in. It's Erling Haaland who has rescued Borussia Dortmund. He finds the net once again. There's a squabble with Stefan Posch. And Hoffenheim unhappy. They feel that the ball should have been put out. Dortmund under no obligation to do so, though. And that is what has led to the discontent amongst the Hoffenheim players. Haaland.
This is in the history books.
Into passing here, and Haaland creating the angle for himself. He's done it again. 6 for Dortmund, 2 for Erling Haaland. And he might be in pain, but he's doing it on the pitch for the Schwarz-Gelben. Dortmund just keep piling on the goals to the delight of this capacity crowd at the Signal Iduna Park.
Yeah, I was just mentioning the Borussia Dortmund history books, and this man, Erling Haaland, is already in them, that's for sure, but well played.
Well, given away here to Erling Haaland, away from Radetzky. Erling Haaland was never ever going to pass up that kind of chance, was he? 27 goals in his Bundesliga season, and that may be the most simple of the lot.
It's just another great example of his nose for the right situation, and of course his skills. Whenever he's in those kind of situations, he's lurking there. He's not out of the game yet. He's just waiting for the right kind of moment, and then, boom, explosion. Waits for Radetzky to make his move.
Guerrero for the visitors. Sancho creating room for himself, disguised it nicely, and that is how to level it up. Erling Haaland in position for Borussia Dortmund, and he makes it look ridiculously easy. 1-1, Erling Haaland on target for the 13th time in the Bundesliga this season.
The individual quality of these two players here. We see Jadon Sancho giving up on the play here. They lose the ball.
Space here for Paslak. And maybe a chance. Can he turn? Good save! Mukotro trying to squeeze it in, and they have scored! Erling Haaland! So often the hero for Dortmund scores in front of the yellow wall, and that might just be the winner. He is a force of nature. Once again, the Norwegian sensation has delivered.
And we talked about it, nothing.
And Hummels has the ball taken off his toe. Akanji, we're in to the last minute. Header from Haaland! Oh, can you write a better script for Erling Haaland? Is one chance he's had, and it has devastated the Dusseldorf defence. And that's what we were talking about. That consistency that youngster has got.
Lots of players are nearly stopping in the way.
However, Borussia Dortmund will want to answer in the way they know how, with Erling Haaland! The perfect reply! It's 4 for Haaland, 5 for Borussia Dortmund. And any sense of grievance or injustice they may have felt has been ironed out immediately.
Bruno Labbadia is not happy. I'm sure he's thinking about the defense.
Bellingham, it was.
Sancho set up that Haaland goal. Can they find a way through? Can Sancho find a way through? When you have this man in your side, Erling Haaland, sometimes you shouldn't really worry. That was magnificent. Instinctive finishing. And Dortmund, who were a goal down, are now 2-1 up.
Come on, guys, keep on going, keep on going.
There we see this replay. Neuhaus getting caught here on the dribble.
From time to time today.
Pass was by Julian Brandt for Thomas Meunier. Useful ball. Perfect header. Erling Haaland with the equaliser. Well, he's been quiet so far, but now he makes his customary noise. Beyond the reach of Radetzky. And Borussia Dortmund are level thanks to their star striker.
Yeah, it was well played. Look at this combination. It all goes so quick. Brandt, Bellingham, Brandt again to Meunier. He controls the ball just once and then...
Brandt's cross. Haaland meets it. Brilliant header. And he has killed the game now. No surprise who stepped up to the mark. Erling Haaland with a cracking goal, his second, and Borussia Dortmund lead Greuther Fürth by 2-0. It had to be him.
Yeah, I remember what you said 50 minutes ago, Robert. You said he didn't touch hardly any ball.
Points last season. He's giving it away to Royce. Run from Haaland, he's onside, flag stays down. Erling Haaland against Trapp. Only one winner, it's happened before. And there he goes again. Flags up though. It's been a busy afternoon. It's taking quite a long time normally in the Bundesliga. It doesn't take that long, but according to the video assistant referee, Tobias Waltz, he wasn't offside. He has scored, and Dortmund are 5-1 up. A brace for Haaland in the first game back, and this is how he did it, Thomas.
It was a cheap giveaway by Da Costa, and then Royce involved again.
One there by Brandt. Brandt here, and through by Rainier for Erling Haaland! His first career 40-goal season in all competitions, only 20 years of age. The man, the machine, who just keeps on producing. Erling Haaland, 5 minutes in, he's made his mark. His 26th goal of this Bundesliga season. Dortmund 1, Leverkusen 0.
Yeah, and it's a typical Erling Haaland, isn't it? I mean, he's just lurking somewhere around. We'll see that there is somebody involved. It looked a little bit... And so good, actually, by Borussia Dortmund.
They're in trouble here, Freiburg. It's Bellingham, Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland! The goal drought lasted the grand total of 2 games. You just cannot keep him out of the spotlight. You can't keep him off the score sheet for long. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a title race. Dortmund 3, Freiburg 0.
This is so exciting to watch, actually, and of course it's exciting for the whole league. Again, Jude Bellingham, a big influence in this situation, and then Erling Haaland doing what he does best, getting that ball, getting into the right space. Look how
Brooks. To take it away, Dahoud, and look at this, Erling Haaland stretches his legs, and Haaland for the second time today. Erling Haaland, well, he can take a bow as far as all the Dortmund fans watching this are concerned. They've been under the cosh in this game. But Haaland has found a way, not once, but twice. And what a crucial goal that could be in the Champions League equation.
Yeah, but it's more the goal of Mo Dahoud than Erling Haaland, I was about to say, since he picked the puck at first, he read the idea.
Only his second start of the season, drafted in today because of injuries sustained during the week. Key injuries as well to Borussia Dortmund after the cup game in Gladbach, but it's a promising start. And Haaland's first shot on goal, and what a way to open the scoring! Erling Haaland continues to prove that he can do it on the biggest stages of all. A sensational opening by Borussia Dortmund and Erling Haaland. A minute on the clock and they lead in Munich.
Unbelievable, Rob. I'm shocked, positive shocked. Great ball from Hummels. Meunier, I think it's a 50-50 ball, but look how strong Haaland is, keep the ball. And then, of course, a little bit deflected from Boateng. But what a start for Borussia Dortmund.
We were talking before the game